So yeah, I'll just play this one more time. Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to do this on a snare sound, but you can do it on any kind of sound, like a sample chop, a lead, a pad. And since this is about using it to get smoother transitions, I'm going to just first play the last 4 bars of the A section of this beat going into the B section. And right now I don't really have any transition set up. It just goes hard from one section right into the next. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just solo this snare sound and add a reverb. And I like to use the Valhalla vintage reverb, but you can use any reverb that you have. And I'm going to leave the mix set at 100%. And I'm going to leave everything pretty much set how it is, but I'm going to turn the high cut all the way up. And I would definitely recommend, though, experiment with it and get it sounding how you want. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that for now. And so I want to resample that reverb shot into a new audio track. So if you're on a Mac, you can just press Command T, then that puts in a new audio track. And I'm going to tell that to take audio from the snare channel. And I'm going to arm that. And then for now, I'll just mute those snare clips. And if you're on a Mac, you can just click on a clip and press 0 and it deactivates it. And so now I'm going to just resample that in. Alright, so now that I have that, I'm going to unarm the track and I'm going to shut the reverb off on that snare channel. And I can hear what it sounds like. Alright, it sounds good. I'm going to unwarp it. And now I can mute this snare. And I just want to move that reverb back a little bit so it hits on beat. Alright, so just by having that reverb, it kind of washes out the beat and it lets it breathe, and it sets up the listener's ear to expect that something different is going to be happening. So if I play that from that last measure of the A section, it sounds like this. So yeah, I'm going to just mute these hi-hats, and I want to cut out some of the lows on that reverb one shot. So I'll just throw an EQ 8 on there. And then I'm also going to add a utility and turn down the width a little bit. Because when you have a lot of reverb on a sound, it can make it really wide. And I'm going to just turn the volume down a little bit. So yeah, the reason why I like resampling the reverb is so I don't have to get into dealing with a lot of automation throughout the beat. I have this and I can just treat it like a sample, and I can paste it anywhere in the arrangement that I want. And I can also re-pitch it, which sometimes sounds good. So yeah, just pitching that down 1/2 step sounds really good. And then I'm going to just fade it a little bit. I like to have a little bit of that reverb tail play in the new section, but not for too long. And then I can turn these snares back on. So that's one thing that you can do. I'm going to just rename this track. And then I'm going to put another audio track under there and copy this. And I'm going to use it for the transition from one A section into another A section. So if I reverse that, you can just go down here and click this reverse button. It sounds like this. And I'm going to just cut out that end part of the sound so it's a little smoother. Get a little more. So now you have a riser sound, but it's sourced from your snare, so it fits really well with your beat. It works a lot better than grabbing a riser from a sample pack and then just sticking it in your beat, because a lot of times that can sound out of place and just out of context. So yeah, reversing that reverb can work really well just to lead from one section to another. I'm going to just cut some of the lows on that also. And I'll make it a little bit more narrow so it doesn't take up too much of the stereo image. I'll turn it down a little bit. So yeah, and you can experiment with repitching that too. Sometimes for transitions like that, it sounds better if it's pitched up a little bit. I'll try that one half step up. Yeah, I like that for now. So yeah, I'll just play this one more time. Yeah, so yeah, just little details like that can go a long way just to making your beat sound and feel more polished, and just setting up the listener's ear to expect that a new section is going to be happening or that something different is going to be happening. So yeah, definitely experiment with that. Experiment with using it on different kinds of sounds. And if you source them from pre-existing elements of your beat, they just fit really well and they just sound more cohesive. And thanks a lot for checking this out. I hope it was helpful. Hit me in the comments if you have any questions. Peace and much love.
Memory code. Memory code. Memory code.